Namaskar, Bande Utkara Janani. A very pleasant evening to the esteemed dignitaries and respected erudite assemblage. I, Reeti Tripathi, Civil Judge Junior Division, cum Judicial Magistrate First Class, Nishchint Koili at Cuttack, take this proud privilege to welcome all the acclaimed constitutional functionaries, legal luminaries, eminent jurists, esteemed legislators, renowned academicians, promising mediators, distinguished government officials, learned advocates, honored dignitaries, members of the print, electronic, and social media, and distinguished delegates across India to the inaugural session of the second National Mediation Conference 2025, being held at the Lok Seva Bhavan, a momentous occasion of immense pride at Bhubaneswar in the state of Odisha. On this momentous occasion, we are fortunate to have with us here today on the dais His Excellency Honorable Dr. Haribabu Kambhampati, Governor of Odisha, Honorable Sri Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Chief Justice of India, Honorable Sri Mohan Charan Majhi, Chief Minister of Odisha, Honorable Sri Justice Suryakant, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Sri R. Venkataramani, Learned Attorney General for India, Honorable Sri Justice Harish Tandon, Chief Justice High Court of Odisha, Honorable Sri Prithviraj Harichandan, Minister of Law, Works and Excise, Government of Odisha, Honorable Sri Justice Manas Ranjan Pathak, Judge High Court of Odisha, and Sri Pitambar Acharya, Learned Advocate General Odisha, for the inauguration of the second National Mediation Conference 2025. On this moment of eminence, I invite all the honorable dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the lamp, signifying the dawn of knowledge and harmony. May I humbly request Honorable Sri Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Chief Justice of India, to kindly unveil the theme of the second National Mediation Conference 2025. My lord, please. The theme of this conference is represented through a powerful visual composition that blends knowledge, balance, and heritage, with the state of Odisha highlighted in the map of India, an open book representing the pursuit of knowledge, learning, and intellectual exchange, while the symbol of equilibrium signifying harmony, fairness, and balanced progress with the Konarka Chakra, a timeless emblem of Odisha's cultural heritage. The central element being Tuleva Nyayastu vadharanani, meaning justice must be upheld with balance and equality. At this moment, may I now humbly request Honorable Shri Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Chief Justice of India, to kindly release the souvenir of this conference. My Lord, please. I also humbly request the Honorable Governor to kindly associate with the CJI for the release of the souvenir of this conference. I also request all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais to be a part of this ceremony. I take the proud privilege to request Shri Pitambar Acharya, Learned Advocate General Odisha, to read out the message by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. Sir, please.
Prime Minister message. It is heartening to learn about the second National Mediation Conference jointly organized by the Office of the Advocate General Odisha and the Department of Law, Bhubaneswar. It is noteworthy that the conference seeks to promote mediation as an effective tool for alternative resolution of disputes at various stages of litigation. Our nation has had a culture of mediation that blends tradition and formal systems of justice delivery, resolution of disputes through dialogue, under the guidance of knowledgeable elders, has been a well-known phenomenon in the country. When such processes are incorporated into modern systems, they strengthen access to justice while preserving local harmony. Alongside modernization and legal reforms, it reflects India's blend of timeless traditions of justice with 21st century needs, strengthening justice delivery. Judicial mechanisms advance empowerment by ensuring justice for all. Dialogue and mediation promote reconciliation over conflicts, embedding respect and cooperation, and remain vital to sustaining peace at every level. Further, mediation provides quick, affordable settlements, easing judicial burden and ensuring timely justice. Championing the philosophy of mediation nationwide requires cultivating both awareness and practical application. Such conferences go a long way in ensuring both. The participation of renowned legal luminaries and global mediators will infuse the deliberations with deep expertise and real-world perspectives, bridging theory and practice to inspire meaningful change. Justice is at the core of building a fair, inclusive, and self-reliant nation. India's journey towards Viksit Bharat by 2047 needs ease of justice to be felt by every citizen. The importance of themes such as mediation acquires a crucial importance in this endeavor. May the souvenir being published on the occasion capture the essence and spirit of mediation at a potent alternative dispute resolution mechanism. I wish the deliberations at the conference all success. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India.
Thank you. On this impressive note, may I humbly request once again Shri Pitambar Acharya, London Advocate General Odisha, to kindly present the welcome address. Sir, please.
Jai Jagannath. His Excellency, Honorable Governor of Odisha, Dr. Hari Babu Kambhampati, Honorable Mr. Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Chief Justice of India, Sri Mohan Charan Majhi, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and Chairman of the National Legal Services Authority of the country, Honorable Mr. Justice Harish Tandon, my Chief Justice, the Chief Justice of Odisha High Court, Sri R. Venkat Ramani, Lord and Attorney General of India, Honorable Sri Prithviraj Harichandan, Minister of Law, Works, Excise, Government of Odisha, Honorable Mr. Justice Manas Ranjan Pathak, Judge, Odisha High Court, esteemed judges, honorable judges of the Supreme Court of India of the dais, honorable Chief Justices of various High Courts of the country, honorable judges of Odisha High Court and other High Courts of the country, the Learned Solicitor General of India, Learned Additional Solicitor Generals of India, and my dear colleagues, Advocate Generals of various states. It is with immense joy, gratitude, and a deep sense of honor and privilege I extend a warm welcome to all the esteemed dignitaries from across the country to this sacred land of Lord Jagannath. Odisha is a state known not only for its rich cultural heritage and history, but also for its spiritual significance. It is the land where the great Ashoka transformed from Chandasoka, Ashoka the fierce, to Dharmashoka, pious Ashoka, a symbol of peace, harmony, and tranquility. The concept of mediation derives its source from these laudable principles. The present conference draws profound inspiration from the vision of our beloved Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, who has consistently emphasized the need for providing speedy, affordable, and accessible justice to every citizen of this country. His vision has been beautifully engrafted in the most pragmatic and visionary legislation, the Mediation Act 2023. The purpose of this conference is to spread the message all over the country that courts are not the only forum. Disputes can also be resolved and renegotiated beyond courts. The object behind this conference is to promote mediation as a collaborative mechanism to avoid and resolve conflicts so the justice reaches every household, every individual, without the burden of long drawn and costly legal proceedings. It is my firm conviction that the deliberations of this conference, the ideas exchanged, experience shared, and the insights offered will resonate far beyond this hall. The conference must inspire courts, lawyers, government bodies, corporations, and communities to embrace the culture of mediation. I offer my special thanks to my Chief Minister, Sri Mohan Charan Majhi, and the Honorable Minister of Law, Sri Prithviraj Harichandanji, and my Chief Justice, Sri Harish Chandanji, without whose relentless and ungrudging support this conference could have been made possible. My sincere gratitude to the Chief Secretary of the Government of Odisha, the Development Commissioner, the Additional Chief Secretary Home, and the Principal Secretary Law Department, and the Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister of Odisha, Director General of Police, Commissioner of Cuttack Bhubaneswar Commissionerate, and all the government officials of secretaries of various departments who have made this conference a success. With these few words, I once again extend my warmest welcome and heartfelt gratitude to all the distinguished dignitaries, delegates, and participants for gracing this occasion. Thanking you, Bande Utkal Janani.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome extended to our honorable guests, along with your valuable words of insight. Now is the time I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to kindly felicitate our honorable dignitaries and guests on the dais. I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to felicitate His Excellency Honorable Dr. Hari Babu Khambampati, Governor of Odisha. I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to kindly felicitate Honorable Sri Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Chief Justice of India. I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to felicitate Honorable Sri Mohan Charan Majhi, Chief Minister of Odisha. Now I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to kindly felicitate Honorable Sri Justice Suryakant, Judge, Supreme Court of India. I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to kindly felicitate Sri R. Venkataramani, Learned Attorney General for India. Now I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to kindly felicitate Honorable Chief Justice Harish Chandan, Chief Justice High Court of Odisha. Now I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to kindly felicitate Honorable Shri Prithviraj Harichandan, Minister of Law, Works and Excise, Government of Odisha. Now I request the Learned Advocate General Odisha to kindly felicitate Honorable Shri Justice Manas Ranjan Pathak, Judge, High Court of Odisha. At this monumental juncture, I am honoured to request Honorable Shri Prithviraj Harichandan, Minister of Law, Works and Excise, Government of Odisha, to kindly address the august gathering. Sir, please.
Honorable Governor of Odisha, Dr. Haribabu Kambhampati ji, Honorable Chief Justice of India, Sri Justice B.R. Gawai ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Sri Mohan Charan Majhi ji, Honorable Justice Sri Suryakant ji, Honorable Chief Justice of Odisha High Court, Sri Justice Harish Tandon ji, Honorable Attorney General Sri R. Venkataramani ji, Honorable Sri Justice Manas Ranjan Pathak ji, Learned Advocate General Sri Pitambar Acharya ji, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court of India, Honorable Chief Justice of different High Courts of India, Honorable Judges from different High Courts, Honorable Solicitor General, Additional Solicitor General, Learned Advocate Generals, respected jurists and legal luminaries, mediators and esteemed delegates. It's a great pleasure on my part to welcome everybody to this Deva Bhumi, the land of Lord Jagannath. The legislation for a mediation framework is indeed a historic and visionary step taken by Government of India. As we know, the act of mediation started from ancient days, and probably Lord Sri Krishna was the most profound mediator as depicted in the holy script of Mahabharata. Since my childhood, I have seen in the villages of our state that people prefer to resolve their disputes in the local Nyaya Panchayats instead of going for litigations. These institutions were comprising of 3-4 eminent and respectable persons of the locality, and very effectively they mediate to resolve disputes in different cases. Now, definitely with a proper legal framework, trained and experienced mediators, guidance and support from designated legal system, mediation can be done much more effectively and can ensure justice to common people without any delay. In my state's perspective, I must say that we have started working on creating a mediation ecosystem with the joint efforts of Department of Law, Department of Women and Child Development, and State Legal Service Authority. In the last few months, we had several rounds of debates and deliberations. The working model is almost discussed, and preparation of a blueprint is now in progress. In the process, we would be involving the paralegal volunteers, Anganwadi or Balwadi supervisors and workers, self-help group leaders, and train them to handle community mediations in rural Odisha. We are in a plan to launch this program on Sushasan Day, Sushasan Divas, that is on 25th of December this year. The government is also seriously thinking for implementation of Nari Adalat by appointing Nyaya Sakhis in villages, which may also help the mediation process in rural Odisha and create more legal awareness among people and especially the women. We are thankful to our Honorable Chief Minister, who always encourages us to conceptualize and implement progressive thoughts for the betterment of the state. Our government is open to change many existing policies to a lot of extent and to reduce the number of litigations. We have also started debating on the point that can the government think to initiate with a mediation cell which can resolve many matters at the level of the government when these are in the pre-litigation stage. So basing on this, we have started discussing, we have started a lot of deliberations. Regarding this, we are also having few rounds of discussions with Learned Advocate General and few other senior legal luminaries, and we are intending to take it forward also. Again, welcoming everybody again to land of Lord Jagannath and to this national conference, where a lot of deliberations would be there through different technical sessions, which would help all of us to think for better mediation platform, a dynamic mediation framework, and a better mediation ecosystem. Thank you. Jai Jagannath. Bande Utkal Janani.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom and for enlightening us about the promising future prospects of mediation in Odisha and in India. I am privileged to request Shri R. Venkataramani, Learned Attorney General for India, to kindly address the Majestic Assembly. Sir, please.
There is something like an euphoria around this auditorium. And every one of us who could feel that, I suppose, is becoming a part of taking this journey forward. I am personally overwhelmed by the immaculate organization of this conference with the captains of our national judiciary and the heads of the Odisha government present here, adding value to the importance of the subject of mediation as a national goal of immense significance. Let me congratulate the Advocate General of Odisha for having the presence of the Honorable the Chief Justice of India and Honorable Justice Surya Kant, His Excellency the Governor of Odisha, the Honorable the Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Justice of Odisha, the Honorable Minister for Law, the presence of several Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court, and Honorable Chief Justice, the Judges of the High Court, and the Solicitor General of India adds the necessary elan vital for the conference. I see also people having come from various parts of the country with huge expectations. I greet all of you. The nation awaits new chapters to be turned in its justice administration systems. We are no longer a small speck in the global scene. We are awakening to our immense potential of being a leader in many ways. The emerging areas of science and technology, the free movement of people, ideas, resources, and commodities across the world has brought before us many issues and challenges. Governance and ease of doing business and dispute resolution, both domestic and international, are primary in this. What transformations of our institutions and the legal frameworks will address them. If we continue to move only on beaten tracks, making some changes or the other on mere procedures, we will soon lose our leadership role. We may slide in the scales of an economic powerhouse and become subject to conditions imposed by current giants in the economic status. All of this call for a leap into the future and innovative solutions. Both domestic dispute resolution and international dispute resolution demand processes that are not hit by any ill of the adversarial system. The adversarial system, regardless of its virtues of impartiality and objectivity, will still be a system deficient in its delivery. The reasons are many. Not all of them can be fully remedied. To what extent can doing justice be left to or given to be handled by parties in conflict? We are still in doubts and debates. As long as we are tied up to the adversarial system, we will only talk about making the system work better. It is time to move out. When it comes to arbitration, we talk about party autonomy and the least judicial interventions. Just as this, why cannot we talk about parties being empowered and strengthened in finding solutions through their assisted participation? The assisted participation understood in mediation must now receive as much attention as we given in the past to the adversarial system. Let it be, therefore, a national pledge to move towards a non-adversarial system. How do we go about it? The seeds for this dialogue were sown in the Delhi conference. More public exchanges have begun with a recent conference in Vizag. We need national mediation literacy. We need national mediation education, which law schools must undertake. We need national mediation equipment, which call for institutionalizing mediation knowledge and training. We need to convert these sleeping mediation law into a majestic elephant. We need to redo our legal frameworks to lessen court controls on mediation, and also we need to make a self-reliant mediation practice as good as court practice, maybe a shade better. All of them call for a big role, both for the Mediation Council of India and our National Mediation Association, which found its birth in the first conference in Delhi. To begin with, maybe we should set up a national working group on legal changes, education suggestions, training structures, which have national and international validity and recognitions. And for all this, we need a national commitment. We have, besides honorable judges and the legal fraternity, an academic presence too. I find Mr. Rajkumar, Vice Chancellor of the General Global University. It's important that we have academics in our presence. We appeal to him and to all the national law schools to start a full-fledged course on mediation and to move towards a global center for mediation, education, and training. There is a great demand for summer schools on mediation. Mr. Santana Krishnan, who has spent years with the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, is a testimony for the growing demand for summer schools in our country. This demand deserves immediate attention. This conference will carry forward the fervor which was set in Delhi. What more national pledge can be demonstrated than by the huge effort made by the learned Advocate General and the Law Department, plentifully supported by the generous government of Odisha. One hopes every state will follow suit in good competition and make the nation proud of its unique contribution to justice administration in their global esteem. Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful discourse with such reformative thoughts. I take the humble privilege to request Honorable Shri Justice Harish Tandon, Chief Justice High Court of Odisha, to address the enlightened intellectuals. My Lord, please.
His Excellency Sri Hari Babu Khambampati, the Honorable Governor of Odisha, Justice B.R. Gawai, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, the Honorable Justice Shurikant, the Judge Supreme Court of India, the Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court of India, the Honorable Chief Minister Sri Mohan Charan Majiji, the Chief Minister of Odisha, Sri R. Venkataramani, the Attorney General of India, Sri Prithviraj Harichandanji, the Honorable Minister of Law, Government of Odisha, the Honorable Chief Justices of the different High Courts, the Honorable Judges of the different High Courts, including my brother and sister judges who are present in this momentous occasion, the learned Advocate Generals of the different states, the Honorable Ministers, government officials, and all dignitaries present here, ladies and gentlemen. This is another historic moment that we are going to organize the second National Mediation Conferences. I had been a part of the first mediation conferences which was held at Delhi, I think under the aegis of the Attorney General of India. And there was many takes from that. And I believe that the second mediation conferences will definitely put a more impetus into the mediation. And I hope that the different, the technical sessions which will be held tomorrow will definitely bring major ideas, new ideas, innovative ways how to accelerate the mediation in our country. I have few thoughts about the mediation, as we have to understand that how the mediation is embedded and it has been brought to our system. The concept of mediation, as we all know, is deeply rooted in our traditions and a culture, predating the modern legal system and deeply embedded in the Indian ethos, and finding place in the ancient text and the structures like a Manusmriti, Arthasastra, and even in the epics of Mahabharata. The method of resolving disputes through mutual dialogues and facilitated negotiation is deeply ingrained in the human society as an instinct to resolve the conflicts without violence, through understanding, by compromise, and above all, by communication. The mediation is practiced across the globe in varied forms and have developed in course of time with the pressing need to ensure compatibility with the changing behavior of the society and its people. In a Greco-Roman world, the mediation was widely practiced in a rudimentary form, and even in Aristotle and Socrates put emphasis on a dialogue as a means of discovering truth and resolving disagreement. Though the discussions were more epistemological in comparison to legal, but its core ethos of resolving differences resonated the mediation practices by involving the elders, the priest, and the neutral third party. Apart from the same, the indigenous communities have practiced mediation in a deeply cultural embedded means pursuant to the communal restorations other than retributive forms of dispensation. Our country has embraced the mediation practice since the time immemorial, when the village communities in ancient and medieval India regularly practiced in a formal disputes resolution through panchayati system, which were primarily practiced through oral and flexible, and keeping the principles of equity and social harmony by fostering the restorative justice. Even a Kautilya, the eminent economist in the state's craft and economic policy, refers the mediation as a strategy in a political negotiations and the conflict resolution to prevent the discord amongst the rulers. Thus, the concept of mediation has a rich and a varied history reflecting the humanity's universal desire for peace, justice, and social harmony. By passage of time, it gained momentum in the recent time, having its root from the Panchayati Raj system to a legal recognitions in the form of a statute through its introduction in Section 89 of the Code of Civil Procedure. The mediation is a mode of alternative dispute resolution in which the parties to a conflict, with the assistance of a neutral third party, seek to arrive at the negotiated settlement instead of resorting to the adversarial proceeding or allowing an external forum to impose a decision. The parties themselves engage in dialogue facilitated by the mediator to reach a mutually acceptable solution. As a non-adversarial and flexible mechanism, the mediation is less formal and more accessible than the traditional litigation. It encourages open communication, allowing parties to identify the underlying causes of their dispute and focus on their real interests rather than the rigid positions. What distinguishes mediation from the other process is the outcome is dictated by the mediator or his external authority. It is crafted and agreed upon solely by the parties themselves. Since the process is private and voluntary, it affords the parties to safe and constructive space to resolve their disputes on their own terms. In doing so, the mediation not only preserves relationship but also empowers individuals by giving them a genuine ownership of both the process and its outcome. The major significant efforts are made on enactment of the Mediation Act 2023 with avowed object to promote the institutional mediation in a structured manner by recognizing its enforceability as a decree of the court. It represents a paradigm shift in India's dispute resolution landscape, laying a ground in the constitutional vision of promoting access to justice and encouraging the amicable dispute settlement. It marks a watershed movement in our country's legal and alternative disputes resolution ecosystem by providing a comprehensive statutory framework and codifying the procedures and the rules and the enforceability of the mediated settlement agreement. One of the significant achievements is the introduction of the mandatory pre-litigation mediation, aiming to resolve the dispute at the nebulous stage before an approach is made to the court. It not only promotes the harmony in a civil and commercial relationship, but also plays a significant role in economic and social developments of the country. Although the Mediation Act 2023 has been passed by the Parliament, but it has not been put in action. The courts are continuing to refer the cases to existing alternative dispute resolution being conducted in a most informal ways, and therefore its impacts are mostly symbolic. One of the most pressing challenges confronting the Indian judiciary today is the staggering pendency of the cases. According to the National Judicial Data Grid, as on 25th September 2025, more than 5.32 crores cases remain pending across the country. More than, out of these, 1.54 crores are the civil cases, while 3.78 crores are the criminal cases. These figures are far more than a mere statistics. They underscore the immense strain on the judicial delivery system and highlight the need of the alternative mechanisms such as the mediation to ease the burden and ensure timely access to justice. I am hopeful that this particular second National Mediation Conference will definitely bring out not only to ease the pendency of the cases, which is really exploding the dockets of the different courts of the countries, but will also bring something new so that the society is benefited by virtue of a mediation. I hope that this conference will definitely be a successful one. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, my Lord, for your pragmatic vision of incorporating mediation as an indispensable tool as embedded in our legal system and social setting. At this moment, I take the honor and proud privilege to request Honorable Shri Justice Surya Kant, Judge, Supreme Court of India, to kindly deliver his visionary address. My Lord, please.
Honorable dignitaries, honored of the dais, Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. Picking thread from what the learned Advocate General Odisha very briefly pointed out, may I say that it's indeed most fitting that we gather here today for the inaugural of the second National Mediation Conference on the historic land of Kalinga, a land where conquest was humbled by compassion and where power gave way to principle. It was here that Emperor Ashoka discovered a truth that endures across centuries, that the greatest victories are not won through domination but through understanding. On this ancient soil, Ashoka came to realize that true strength resides not in force but in dialogue. The dialogue that heals, restores, and unites. This conference is more than a milestone in our professional journey. It is a reminder that the true essence of justice lies not in declaring winners and losers, but in upholding the dignity of every individual and in restoring harmony to human relationships. Contemporary disputes are rarely simple. They extend across business and family, technology, and even the way communities coexist. While courts may provide legal answers, the deeper current of human conflict often remain unresolved. What people seek is not merely a verdict, but a pathway to move forward. Mediation offers that possibility, for it does more than resolve a case, it fosters solutions that endure. That is the unique promise of mediation. When parties truly begin to speak, something shifts, the anger softens, the silence breaks, and new path quietly emerge. In the conventional courtroom, the outcome is often confined to a narrow frame. One side prevails, the other must concede. Mediation, by contrast, expands that frame. Consider mathematics, just as a hypothetical situation. Some equations admit no solution, some yield only one, but the most remarkable are those with infinite solutions. Disputes are also the same. Some close very door, others allow only a single outcome. But when dialogue begins, conflicts open into many possibilities, and mediation empowers parties to find the solution they can both embrace. I recall vividly from my tenure as a High Court judge a case involving two brothers from Panipat locked in bitter dispute over their inherited textile business. One sought to modernize with power looms, while the other was determined to preserve traditional handlooms. When I persuaded them to enter mediation, they came to realize that their real inheritance, true inheritance, was not the machinery, but the bond their father built between them. And that is the true mathematics of mediation. It subtracts bitterness, divides burdens, and adds hope to the broken equations of human relationships. Experiences such as these remind us that mediation reaches where the law alone cannot, into the hearts and relationships that lie beneath the dispute. The Mediation Act of 2023 has given us a statutory foundation, a framework worthy of confidence. Yet legislation, however enlightened it may be, cannot by itself change culture. It cannot create trust. It cannot nurture dialogue. that responsibility rests with us. And let us be clear, the true test of this act will not be found in the text of the provisions, but in the trust it builds in the lives of our citizens. The change is already upon us. Only recently at a Supreme Court Bar Association lecture, I witnessed an advocate confess that his clients increasingly insist on mediation before litigation. This is how culture shifts, quietly at first, then unmistakably. Law firms now highlight disputes resolution. Traditional chambers recognize that collaboration can preserve what confrontation destroys. In fact, the Supreme Court has recently launched a nationwide initiative known as the Mediation for Nation, a structured 90 days campaign that seeks to resolve a wide spectrum of disputes through the process of mediation. These are signs of a profession rediscovering its calling not only to argue but to resolve, not only to interpret the law but to restore faith in it. Our elders once gathered beneath the banyan tree to resolve disputes in pursuit of restored harmony. The Mediation Act of 2023 carries that spirit into our time. If trials deliver verdicts, mediation delivers futures, and the true measure of justice will lie not in cases decided, but in the peace it creates. There is a beautiful shloka in Rigveda, 10th Mandal, and that I would like to just quote before you and translate. It says, Samgacham dhvam samvad dhvam savano manasi janatam. And when you translate, it beautifully says, move together, speak together, let your minds be in harmony. These timeless words find perfect resonance in the blessed soil of Kalinga, where they speak directly to mediation's essence, turning disputes into dialogue and dialogue into peace. Let this conference mark our resolve to make mediation not an aspiration but a practice, so that future generations inherit a justice system defined not by verdicts but by the trust it inspires. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, my Lord, for your words of inspiration rooting at the restoration of peace and social order through mediation. At this moment, I am honored to request Honorable Sri Mohan Charan Majhi, Chief Minister of Odisha, to kindly address the August gathering. Sir, please.
जय जगन्नाथ। ओडिशा के माननीय राज्यपाल डॉक्टर हरिबाबू कुंभम पाटी जी, भारत के माननीय मुख्य न्यायाधीश न्यायमूर्ति श्री भूषण राम कृष्ण गागाई जी, भारत के सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के माननीय न्यायाधीश न्यायमूर्ति श्री सूर्यकांत जी, भारत के माननीय अटॉर्नी जनरल श्री आर वेंकट रमन जी, ओडिशा उच्च न्यायालय के माननीय मुख्य न्यायाधीश न्यायमूर्ति श्री हरीश टंडन जी, ओडिशा के माननीय आईन मंत्री श्री पृथ्वीराज हरिचंदन जी, ओडिशा उच्च न्यायालय के माननीय न्यायाधीश न्यायमूर्ति श्री मानस रंजन पाठक जी, माननीय एडवोकेट जनरल ओडिशा श्री पीताम्बर आचार्य जी, माननीय न्यायाधीशगण, विशिष्ट अतिथिगण, बार और बेंच के सदस्यगण, देवियों और सज्जनों, महाप्रभु श्री जगन्नाथ जी की पावन धरती में
आप सब महानुभावों को स्वागत है। वेलकम टू द लैंड ऑफ लॉर्ड जगन्नाथ। ओडिशा में आयोजित ये द्वितीय जातीय मेडिएशन कॉन्फ्रेंस के अवसर पर आप सबको स्वागत करते हुए मुझे बहुत खुशी है। मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता है कि ओडिशा में ये महत्वपूर्ण कार्यक्रम का आयोजन हो रहा है। भारतीय न्याय व्यवस्था में मध्यस्थता की भूमिका पर चर्चा करने के लिए देश के बेहतर से बेहतर माइंड्स एक ही मंच पर उपस्थित हैं। ये भारत की न्याय व्यवस्था को एक नई दिशा देगा। भारतीय सभ्यता और संस्कृति में मध्यस्थता कुछ नई बात नहीं है। हमेशा से विवाद सुलझाने के लिए एक माध्यम था। अगर हम महाकाव्य रामायण को पढ़ेंगे, हमें मालूम होगा कि युद्ध करने से पहले प्रभु श्री राम ने रावण को मध्यस्थता के लिए अंगद जी को भेजे थे। ऐसे ही महाभारत काल में भी युद्ध से पहले स्वयं प्रभु श्री कृष्ण एक मध्यस्थ के रूप में बातचीत करने के लिए खुद गए थे। ऐसे अनेक मिसाल है जहां युद्ध की तुलना में शांति वार्ता को अधिक महत्व दिया गया है। हम सब सरपंच के बारे में जानते हैं, जो कि पंचायती राज व्यवस्था को अभिन्न अंग है। पर यह शब्द प्राचीन 5 शब्द से आया है, अर्थात गांव के 5 विद्वान व्यक्ति बातचीत के माध्यम से न्याय प्रदान करते थे। आज भी देश में विशेष रूप से ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में ये मध्यस्थता प्रचलित है, जो सदियों से चली आ रहा है। At its core, mediation is about dialogue, not dispute. It is about building bridges, not walls. खुशी की बात है, भारतीय न्याय प्रणाली में ये प्रक्रिया है और भारतीय न्याय संहिता BNS में मध्यस्थता को उचित महत्व दिया गया है। ये व्यवस्था वादी प्रतिवादियों को लंबी अदालती लड़ाई, आर्थिक बोझ, पारिवारिक और सामाजिक तनाव से मुक्ति देता है। ऐसे बहुत सारी छोटे छोटे मुकदमे हैं जो आसानी से सुलझा जा सकता है, पर व्यक्तिगत देश, विशेष रूप से प्रतिस्पर्धा और अहंग भाव के कारण ये सब मुकदमाओं को लोक अदालत तक ले जाते हैं और कानूनी प्रक्रिया में पिसते रहते हैं। ये सब झंझट से आम आदमी को सहूलियत देने के लिए भारत के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री माननीय श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी मेडिएशन एक्ट 2023 पारित किए हैं। ये कानून मेडिएशन के लिए एक स्टैंड एलोन कानून है। ऐसे ही मेडिएशन प्रक्रिया को अधिक गति देने के लिए नया कंज्यूमर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट 2019 को कार्यकारी किए हैं। ये नया कानून में मेडिएशन को एक बहुत बड़ा महत्व दिया गया है। अब सवाल ये है कि अगर ये सुविधा कानूनी तौर पे उपलब्धि है तो फिर लोग ये सुविधा क्यों नहीं अपना रहे हैं। मुझे आशा है कि इस विषय पर आज यहाँ सार्थक चर्चा होगी और एक साधारण नागरिक की दृष्टि से अगर मैं कारण खोजने की कोशिश करूँ तो इसकी कई वजह हो सकती है। मुझे लगता है सबसे बड़ा कारण है कि वादी प्रतिवादियों को इस व्यवस्था में बहुत ज़्यादा आत्मविश्वास नहीं है। इस व्यवस्था में लोगों में विश्वास लाने के लिए जागरूकता कार्यक्रम प्रभावी ढंग से चलना चाहिए। लोगों के मन में इस प्रक्रिया की इलीगल सैंक्टिटी के बारे में जो भी शंका हो उसको दूर करने की जरूरत है। दूसरा, प्रभावी मध्यस्थता के लिए आधारभूत संरचना अर्थात इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए। मुझे ठीक से मालूम नहीं हमारी न्याय प्रणाली में मेडिएशन के लिए हमारी भित्तिभूमि कितनी तैयार है। ये विषय के बारे में भी शायद आज चर्चा होगी। वहाँ ओडिशा के कानून मंत्री भी हमारा उपस्थित है। मैं आग्रह करूँगा इस विषय पर ध्यान दिया जाए। अगर ज़रूरत है तो माननीय उच्च न्यायालय के दिशा निर्देश में आवश्यक भित्ति भूमि की सुविधा मुहैया करा जाए। तीसरा मेरा प्रश्न है कि मध्यस्थता के लिए क्या हमारा पास आवश्यक प्रशिक्षित कानूनी विशेषज्ञ उपलब्ध है? अगर नहीं है तब अच्छी भित्ति भूमि निर्माण के बाद भी मेडिएशन प्रभावी नहीं हो सकता। ये कोशिश होनी चाहिए कि कैसे गुणी और प्रतिभा से धनी मध्यस्थ इस व्यवस्था में जुड़ते हैं। हम सभी जानते हैं कि हमारी अदालतें भारी दबाव में है। देश भर में लाखों मामले पड़े हैं। न्यायाधीश और वकील निरंतर परिश्रम कर रहे हैं, फिर भी मामला की संख्या बढ़ती ही जा रहा है। मध्यस्थता एक वास्तविक समाधान प्रस्तुत करती है। यदि इन विवादों का एक हिस्सा मध्यस्थता के माध्यम से सुलझा भी लिया जाए तो अदालतों को राहत मिलेगी। इससे भी महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि लोगों को न्याय अधिक शीघ्रता और सरलता के प्राप्त होगा। मध्यस्थता का मुख्य उद्देश्य लोगों को एक साझा आधार खोजने में सहायता करना है, नियम थोप पर नहीं बल्कि उन्हें अपने संबंधों की एक नई साझा समझ बनाने में सक्षम बनाकर किया जाता है। मध्यस्थता संबंधों को भी पुनर्स्थापित करती है। मध्यस्थता के 4 विशेष उपादान हैं। 4 C's अर्थात कॉस्ट, इफेक्टिवनेस, कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी, कंट्रोल एंड क्रिएटिविटी। ये चारों उपादान वादी प्रतिवादी दोनों के लिए बहुत उपयोगी है। मध्यस्थता परिवार को यथासंभव एक साथ रहने, व्यवसाय को अपनी पार्टनरशिप जारी रखने और समुदायों को सद्भाव बनाए रखने में सक्षम बनाती है। ये सम्मेलन एक जनहितैषी साधन के रूप में मध्यस्थता जरिए न्याय प्रदान करने में हमारा विश्वास को प्रमाणित करने का एक अवसर है। ये विशेषज्ञों के अनुभवों से सीखने और एक मजबूती ढांचा बनाने का भी अवसर है। ये हमारे कम्युनिटी के सदियों पुराने परंपरा को आधुनिक समाज की आवश्यकता से जड़ता है। सामाजिक न्याय और सामुदायिक समाधान की अपनी परंपरा के साथ नेशनल मीडिएशन मूवमेंट में योगदान देने पर ओडिशा को गर्व है। मुझे विश्वास है कि इस सम्मेलन में जो विचार विमर्श होगा और आइडियाज उभर कर आएगा वो हमारे देश के लिए एक अधिक समावेशी, सुलभ और सामंजस्यतापूर्ण न्याय प्रणाली बनाने के लिए सहायता करेगी। मुझे संपूर्ण विश्वास है कि मध्यस्थता केवल एक पद्धति नहीं बल्कि ये एक आंदोलन होना चाहिए। ये शांति, सद्भाव और न्याय के लिए एक आंदोलन है। राज्य के कानून विभाग से जो भी यहाँ उपस्थित हैं, मैं कहना चाहता हूँ जो भी निष्कर्ष, जो भी सलाह आज निकलेगा सब नोट करके मुझे हमारा उड़ीसा का बारे में विभाग के रिकमेंडेशन के साथ तुरंत भेजा जाए। हमारी सरकार इस प्रक्रिया को लोगों के बीच में कैसे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आदृत होगा उसी दिशा में कार्य निश्चित रूप से करेगी। मैं एक बार फिर आप सभी को स्वागत करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि ये सम्मेलन नए विचार और नई ऊर्जा लेकर आएगा। ये सम्मेलन हमारे देश में मध्यस्थता की व्यवस्था को और भी ज़्यादा मजबूत तथा प्रभावी करेगा। वंदे उत्कल जननी। जय हिंद।
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights. I feel extremely honored and exceptionally privileged to humbly request Honorable Shri Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Chief Justice of India, to enrich the august gathering with his inaugural address. My Lord, please.
Dr. Haribabu Kumbhampati, the Honorable Governor of Odisha, Shri Mohan Charan Manjeji, the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, my esteemed colleague, Honorable Shri Justice Suryakant, the Judge of the Supreme Court of India and the Executive Chairman Nalsa, my esteemed brother and sister colleagues from the Supreme Court present in the audience, Honorable Justice Patnaik, the former Chief Justice of India, Shri R. Venkatramani, the Learned Attorney General for India, Shri Tushar Mehta, the Learned Solicitor General, and all the Additional Solicitor Generals, Honorable Shri Harish Tandon, the Chief Justice of High Court of Odisha, Shri Prithviraj Harichandran, Honorable Minister for Law, Odisha, Honorable Justice Manas Ranjan Pathak, the Chief Justices and the judges of all the High Courts, Shri Pitambar Acharya, the Learned Advocate General for Odisha, the Advocate Generals of various states present here, the members of Bar Council of India as well as the Bar Council of Odisha, the learned members of the Bar, distinguished mediators, academicians, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to deliver inaugural address at the second National Mediation Conference in Odisha. I had the pleasure of attending the first edition of this conference, which was held in New Delhi in May 2025. I must begin by acknowledging that mediation is a rapidly evolving and increasingly significant field within dispute resolution, now formally recognized and institutionalized under the Mediation Act 2023. It arose as a response to the growing backlog of cases, long delays, and the often adversarial nature of traditional court proceedings. Unlike litigation, which emphasizes winning or losing, mediation focuses on dialogue, understanding, and collaborative solutions. It allows parties to retain control over both the process and the outcome, providing a faster, more flexible, and confidential way to resolve disputes. As with the emerging field, the growth of mediation brings with it its own set of challenges and gaps, both in legal framework and in institutional practices. We have witnessed similar challenges in traditional court proceedings, where delays, procedural rigidity, and adversarial structures often impede timely justice. Arbitration too, despite its promise of efficiency and flexibility, has faced its own legal and procedural lacunas. These experiences offer important lessons. They remind us that the design of rules, the structure of institutions, and the practical realities of implementation are all crucial for the success of any dispute resolution mechanism. It is precisely in this context that the relevance of this conference series becomes clear. By bringing together scholars, practitioners, and policymakers, we create a platform to examine these challenges, share best practices, and collectively strengthen the field of mediation. Mediation, of course, is not entirely new to our societal or political experiences. Even before the formal codification under the Mediation Act 2023, mediation was a vital part of social and political processes. The Honorable Law Minister has already referred to our traditional system of panchayats. Let me illustrate with a historical example from our own freedom struggle. The contestation between leaders over the vision of an independent India was often intense, marked by differing ideologies and approaches. Yet many of these conflicts were resolved not through confrontation, but through sustained dialogue, negotiation, and mediation. Leaders engaged in patient discussions, built consensus, and reconciled competing interests, enabling the country to chart a shared path towards independence. This historical example reminds us that mediation is deeply rooted in our collective experience, and that its principles, which include dialogue, understanding, and collaborative problem solving, are timeless tools for resolving even the most complex conflicts. This conference brings together sessions designed to shape the future of mediation in India, offering a roadmap for an efficient, inclusive, and trusted mediation ecosystem. It begins with a focus on the Mediation Act 2023, exploring its implementation, professional development, government initiative, public trust, and access to justice. The second session will address enhancing the mediation ecosystem, covering sector-specific applications from environmental and healthcare disputes to corporate governance and restorative justice, along with practical skills such as negotiation, ethics, and drafting settlement agreements. The third session will examine mediation in state litigations, highlighting ways to strengthen government dispute management and mechanisms, use mediation in policy implementation and public interest matters, build capacity for officers and legal representatives, and reduce litigation through early settlement of service, employment, contractual, and citizen government disputes. The fourth session will focus on pre-litigation mediation under the Commercial Courts Act 2015, including hybrid and online dispute resolution models and lessons from global practices to promote timely, cost-effective, and amicable settlements. Finally, the conference will explore the development of institutional mediation, discussing accreditation, mediation councils, recognition of bodies, professional standards, and quality assurance with a view to promote transparency, accountability, and high standards across the mediation ecosystem. Together, these sessions provide a holistic framework to strengthen institutional structures, professional capacity, and a culture of early and amicable dispute resolution in India. Beyond the structured sessions of this conference, it is important to recognize that mediation should not be viewed merely as a tool confined to the legal profession. As I narrated, historical and social experiences show that mediation has long been a practice embedded in public life and community interactions. In this regard, Section 43 of the Mediation Act 2023 is particularly significant. It provides that any dispute likely to affect peace, harmony, and tranquility among the residents or families of any area or locality may be settled through community mediation with prior mutual consent of the parties to the dispute. This provision underscores that mediation should be cultivated as a practice of the people for the people, empowering communities to take an active role in resolving disputes peacefully and collaboratively. In this context, the legal services authorities can play a leading role in promoting mediation at the grassroots level. For example, the 40-hour training module developed by NALSA for judges and advocates could be adopted and redesigned for use by ordinary citizens who wish to gain formal mediation skills. Such a program could be simplified and made more accessible, focusing on practical skills, negotiation techniques, and the principles of dialogue and conflict resolution. To ensure inclusivity and broader reach, these training modules could be offered in multiple regional languages, allowing individuals from diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds to participate. By equipping the common people with the knowledge and tools of mediation, we can foster a culture where disputes, whether social, familial, or local, are addressed constructively within communities, reducing reliance on formal courts and empowering citizens to resolve conflicts amicably. I would like to further emphasize that the future of mediation in India cannot be secured by any single law, campaign, or even a single conference. Its success will depend on sustained and consistent practices across communities, widespread cultural acceptance, and the establishment of dedicated infrastructure to support its growth. Continuous reform, adaptation, and learning from experience will also be essential to ensure that mediation remains effective, accessible, and relevant in diverse contexts. Overall, the future of mediation will be determined by the commitment of judges, lawyers, mediators, community leaders, and ordinary citizens alike to embrace dialogue, foster understanding, and prioritize collaborative solutions over confrontation. Only through this collective and sustained effort can mediation truly become a trusted integral part of India's justice ecosystem, reaching beyond courts to touch the everyday lives of people across the country. In conclusion, I would like to say that it is not the mere existence of a quarrel or disagreement that disturbs our peace, but the refusal to listen, emphasize, and make a genuine effort to resolve it. Conflict, when approached constructively, can become an opportunity for growth and understanding. Mediation and open communication offer a path to transform discord into a dialogue, turning tension into collaboration and restoring harmony between parties. With this, I extend my thanks to the organizers, the Honorable Advocate General, who has been tirelessly working for success of this conference for last so many months, the Honorable Chief Minister and the State of Odisha, who have organized this conference on a mammoth scale. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the organizers for the successful beginning of this conference. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, my Lord, for your words of affirmation, enlightening the essence of this conference. With immense privilege, I feel honored to request His Excellency Honorable Dr. Haribabu Kambhampati, Governor of Odisha, to enrich the noble assemblage with his presidential address. Sir, please.
Honorable Shri Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gawai, Chief Justice of India, Shri Mohan Charan Maji, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Honorable Shri Justice Suryakant, Judge of the Supreme Court of India, Shri R. Venkata Ramani, Attorney General for India, Honorable Shri Justice Harish Tandon, Chief Justice High Court of Odisha, Shri Prithviraj Harichandan, Honorable Minister of Law, Odisha, Honorable Shri Justice Manas Ranjan Pathak, Judge Odisha High Court, Shri Pitambar Acharya, Advocate General Odisha, Chief Justice of different High Courts, Honorable Judges, Educationists, distinguished legal luminaries, guests, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it a privilege and an honor to be here at the second National Mediation Conference 2025, hosted with great pride by the Department of Law, Government of Odisha, in collaboration with the Office of the Advocate General, Odisha. This august gathering brings together the finest judicial luminaries, eminent lawyers, administrators, and thought leaders. It stands as a reflection of our nation's collective resolve to build a justice delivery system that is at once efficient, compassionate, and accessible to every citizen. Ladies and gentlemen, mediation in its true spirit is not a modern invention, but a timeless practice deeply rooted in the fabric of our society. From ancient times, our village communities nurtured a tradition of resolving disputes amicably in the village squares, often under the wise counsel of revered elders. This age-old practice, grounded in dialogue, and mutual understanding continues to thrive in certain sections of society even today. By securing the consent of both parties, resolutions were achieved that not only resolved disputes but also upheld social harmony. It embodies the timeless Indian wisdom that conflicts find their most lasting solutions not in confrontation but in consensus. In today's fast-paced and rapidly transforming world, disputes have become increasingly varied, complex, and deeply entrenched. As our societies grow more fragmented and the traditional bonds of trust and mutual respect continue to weaken, the timeless values that once nurtured harmony are slowly eroding. It is against this backdrop that the importance of mediation becomes truly significant. Mediation is not merely an alternative to litigation, it is a vital process that bridges divides, heals strained relationships, and provides solutions that are fair, amicable, and lasting. At a time when over 4 crore cases continue to languish in our courts, mediation emerges as an indispensable instrument in our collective pursuit of harmony, social cohesion, and enduring peace. It offers a pragmatic and effective pathway to justice, providing resolutions that are swifter, less adversarial, and more balanced, while simultaneously alleviating the overwhelming burden on our justice delivery system. The enactment of the Mediation Act 2023 has been a watershed movement in the history of India's legal landscape. By granting statutory recognition to what was once considered only a voluntary mechanism, our Parliament has ensured clarity, enforceability, and uniformity in mediation practices across the country. This landmark legislation has not only given mediation a firm legal footing, but has also underscored India's determination to provide justice that is accessible, affordable, and people-centric. Ladies and gentlemen, legislation is never the culmination. It is only the starting point. For mediation to truly flourish, it must inspire trust, instill confidence, and foster a sense of ownership among all stakeholders. This journey calls for the judiciary to provide guidance, the bar to engage with wholehearted commitment, and the government to lead by setting the right example. This conference, therefore, carries profound significance. It is not merely a forum for discussion, but a clarion call for the action. The partnership of the judiciary, the executive, and the legal fraternity will determine whether mediation becomes a lasting instrument of justice and governance in our country. The initiative of the Advocate General's Office, along with the Government of Odisha, in convening this event is truly commendable, for it has created a platform to exchange ideas and shape strategies for the future of mediation in India. On this occasion, I urge the distinguished legal fraternity to focus on strengthening the institutions under this Act. Mass awareness of the Mediation Act and its benefits, especially in rural India, must be created. For this, grassroots institutions such as the district legal services authorities and taluk legal services committees must be empowered with skilled mediators who can communicate in local dialects as well as scheduled languages. Equally, it is essential to ensure that vulnerable sections of the society are protected from unfairness or undue influence while negotiating under mediation so that the process remains truly just, inclusive and equitable. As Governor of Odisha, I take pride in the state's commitment to building robust institutional frameworks, encouraging every government department to embrace mediation and training mediators of the highest professional standard. These efforts will place Odisha at the forefront of shaping a culture of resolution that is collaborative, humane and just. May the deliberations in Bhubaneswar steer the nation towards establishing mediation as a true pillar of India's justice system. I convey my sincere gratitude to all the dignitaries present and extend my best wishes for the success of the second National Mediation Conference. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your all-encompassing address, valuing all the elements and instrumentalities of the system of mediation prevalent in India. There is a small announcement by the learned Advocate General, Odisha.
Our Honorable Chief Minister, in honor of the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court, Chief Justices of various High Courts and all delegates, those who are present here, is hosting a group dinner at Hotel Mayfair Convention. Actually, that was not consciously written in the invitation card, which was printed in the last moment. We beg apologies for that. So I will request everyone present here who have participated to proceed to Mayfair Convention, both ground floor and the first floor. We have arranged the dinner and also a cultural program, Odissi, by one of the renowned dancers of the country, Padma Shri, Aruna Mohanty and Grof. You may enjoy both the program as well as the dinner. Thank you.
Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. With this now, I am honored to humbly request Honorable Shri Justice Manas Ranjan Pathak, Judge, High Court of Odisha, to kindly propose the vote of thanks. My Lord, please.
Namaskar and a very good evening to all of you. It is my honor and privilege to get this opportunity before this august gathering and propose the vote of thanks at the conclusion of the inaugural session of the second National Mediation Conference 2025 at Bhubaneswar, Odisha. His Excellency Dr. Babu Kambhatpati, Governor of Odisha, Honorable Sri Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Chief Justice of India, Honorable Sri Mohan Saran Majhi, Chief Minister of Odisha, Honorable Sri Justice Suryakant, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Harish Tandon, Chief Justice of the High Court of Odisha, Sri R. Venkatramani, Learned Attorney General of India, Honorable Sri Prithviraj Harichandan, Minister of Law, Works and Excise, Government of Odisha, Sri Pitambar Acharya, Learned Advocate General of Odisha, who all are adorning the dais. Of the dais, Honorable Sri Justice J.K. Maheshwari, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Srimati Justice B.V. Nagaratna, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice M.M. Sundaresh, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Ahsanuddin Amanullah, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Arvind Kumar, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Prashant Kumar Mishra, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Ann Kotishwar Singh, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Vipul Manubhai Pancholi, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Chief Justices of the High Courts of Allahabad, Andhra Pradesh, Calcutta, Delhi, Guwahati, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Madras, Manipur, Patna and Uttarakhand. Honorable brother judges from the High Courts of Allahabad, Andhra Pradesh, Bombay, Delhi, Guwahati, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Kerala, Madras, Rajasthan and Telangana. My own sister and brother judges of the High Court of Odisha, Honorable Ministers of the State of Odisha present here, Learned Solicitor General of India, Sri Tushar Mehta, respected spouses of His Excellency the Governor of Odisha, respected spouses of the Honorable Judges, Learned Advocate Generals of Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Punjab, Rajasthan and Telangana, Learned Assistant Solicitor Generals, Learned Chief Secretary of the State of Odisha and his entire team in the administration of the State of Odisha, Learned Director General of Odisha and his entire team, learned professors from different universities and the law universities, distinguished mediators, ladies and gentlemen. All of your presence in the inaugural session of the second National Mediation Conference 2025 this evening and the speeches of the esteemed guests present on the dais stand as a powerful testimony of the collective vision and commitment of the three vital pillars of the democracy of India, the legislative, executive, and judiciary, towards strengthening alternative dispute resolution mechanism in our country. Our legal system aspires not merely to deliver just judgments, but to cultivate enduring peace. Platforms of this one offering an invaluable space to reflect upon the transformative potential of mediation, a win-win situation of the parties to a litigation or disputes between them, in reducing pendency, empowering communities, and nurturing a more harmonious society. His Excellency, the Governor of Odisha's vision of governance rooted in harmony, inclusion and justice, beautifully aligns to the very essence of the conference. He is inspiring towards have land gravitas and direction to our shared mission. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of His Excellency, the Government of Odisha, Honorable Dr. Babu Kambhadpati, and we express our deep sense of gratitude for his presidential address. His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice of India, the compelling reflections on the indispensable role of mediation in our judicial system, and His Lordship's call for a shift in the mindset across the legal profession have not only enriched our understanding, but have also set a purposeful and visionary tone for this conference. We extend our deepest gratitude to Honorable Sri Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gawai, the Chief Justice of India, for accepting the invitation and delivering the inaugural address of this evening. Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha's thoughtful address was a resounding affirmation of the state's commitment to citizen-centric governance and progressive legal reforms. His support for accessible justice and alternative dispute resolution is a beacon of political will that will surely accelerate this political movement. Our heartfelt gratitude goes to Honorable Sri Mohan Saran Maji, the Chief Minister of Odisha. We extend our sincere appreciation to Honorable Sri Justice Suryakant, Judge, Supreme Court of India, the Chairman of NALSA, for his thought-provoking address. His Lordship's nuanced insights into the evolving mediation landscape and its vital role in reducing judicial burden have added immense value to today's deliberations. His guidance will remain a touchstone as we strive to embed mediation more deeply within our justice system. A special word of appreciation goes to Honorable Sir Justice Harish Tandon, my Chief Justice in the High Court of Odisha, whose leadership, foresight, and unwavering support have been instrumental in bringing this important conference to life. His commitment to institutionalizing mediation within Odisha's judicial ecosystem has been pivotal in advancing this cause. We are especially thankful to Sri R. Venkatramani, Learned Attorney General of India, for his scholarly and eloquent exposition of intersection of law, society, and conflict resolution. His vision for a mediation-centric legal culture is both compelling and actionable, inspiring policymakers and practitioners alike to reimagine dispute resolution in a new light. We also extend our gratitude to Honorable Sri Prithviraj Harichandan, Minister of Law, Works and Excise, Government of Odisha, for his wholehearted support. His dedication to legal reforms and proactive approach towards embedding mediation into the state's justice framework are commendable and reassuring. We sincerely extend our vote of thanks to Sri Pitambar Acharya, Advocate General of Odisha, for his gracious words of welcome and for setting the tone of conference as well as this session. His unwavering support and thoughtful insights reflect the crucial role of the bar in championing the mediation movement. He worked very hard for this conference. We also acknowledge the invaluable presence of all of the distinguished guests, senior advocates, former advocate generals, advocates, judicial officers, and other participants who have joined us in this program. Your presence and active engagement lend immense strength and meaning to this collective endeavor. Our sincere and wholehearted thanks to all those who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes, the officials of the Registry of the High Court of Odisha, judicial officers across the state of Odisha, the Law Department of the Government of Odisha, the Office of the Advocate General of Odisha, the dedicated organizers, staff, volunteers, members of the bar and bands, and friends from electronic and print media. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The process starts rolling months in advance. We are fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very dedicated and motivated workers and volunteers. It is not possible to name all of them and thank everyone enough for their involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of the task beyond their comfort zone. We are thankful to all of them. We thank all of you for your kind participation, giving your valuable time, and for making this event successful. Taking this opportunity, wishing you all a very happy Durga Puja, Dashera, Lakshmi Puja, and Deepavali in advance. Namaskar and Jai Hind.
Thank you, my lord. May I now request all the honorable guests and eminent luminaries on and off the dais to kindly rise for the national anthem. Thank you. The session is now closed.
आप आए ना इसलिए और जगह